How you guys liking Guilty Gear? Seems like most of the people I know personally don't like it. They nerfed all the movement in Guilty Gear, especially air movement, and it feels sluggish. It looks sluggish. I watched it a little bit. It looks really slow. Slower than I would have expected. But yet, at the same time, it looks like offense is really good, which is weird. It kind of reminds me of the way in Dragon Ball, one guy could always be aggressive and keep going. Of course, the game's new, but it seems like you could just keep spamming and being on the offense and just like constantly attacking. It's really peculiar, actually.
Thank you.
Everyone's a gorilla. Yeah. I guess maybe that's the way they started designing games, the most recent ones. You know, one thing I will tell you though, since I'm pretty old, I guess in the context of like fighting games, I've been around for a long time. I'm not old in the context of dying, I guess, but in this context, I'm pretty old, right? And I could tell you something for sure. When Street Fighter 3 was out, and then they came out with Street Fighter 4, they were like, dude, Street Fighter 4 is for fucking kids, it's for noobs, it's so easy, they're designing it for fucking scrubs. And then when Street Fighter 5 came out, Street Fighter 4 players were like, Street Fighter 5 is for noobs, it's for scrubs, 4 was the technical one, it was so tight. So, the only reason I'm telling you this is, I think that's just the way it's supposed to be, no matter what. It's gonna be that way no matter what. The last one's always gonna seem like it was way more technical and sick, and the next one is always gonna feel like it's for noobs. No matter what. Cause I remember it so clearly. Street Fighter 4 is for fucking noobs. You know, Third Strike's the real one. And then Street Fighter 5 is for noobs, dude. Street Fighter 4, that's the most technical fighting game ever. Like, what? Man, what the fuck, dude? The older you get, the more you realize that everyone's a moron, including yourself. So whatever, fuck it. You know? Let me tell you what I feel when I think about Guilty Gear, right? Guilty Gear players have a chip on their shoulder because they're like outcasts. All anime players feel that way. They're kind of like side, you know, like not that big, you know, they're just like a side genre. It's like a sub-genre of fighting games. And it never really got the spotlight that I think it deserves.
Thank you.
But it never did. Even with Dragon Ball, like, which was the pinnacle of anime fighting games as far as spotlight, when Sonic Fox was fighting against whatever that guy's name was, the Japanese guy. That was like the highest, you know, pinnacle of anime games as far as spotlight, right? But even then, it still felt like they were outcasts. So what I feel is, you know how anime players get real defensive and they talk about how Guilty Gear is like the best fighting game, and that regular fighting game players, you know, they're just like, it's too advanced, it's the most complex, it's got the most execution and all this shit, right? That's the like attitude they've had all these years. You know, they've always had that attitude. Guilty Gear's got all these technical shit, and it's like, so now that Guilty Gear is coming out with a new one and it sucks, it's almost to me like they are like crazy. They're losing their minds because their instinct is to say Guilty Gear is the best one, but now they're kind of torn in the middle because, you know, maybe the new one's not that good. I don't know that it is or isn't, but I do know that all these Guilty Gear nut gobblers for years have been talking all this shit about how Guilty Gear is the best, and now they say, oh yeah, I like it, it's good, you know, but you could tell that there's some like resentment or something there. You know what I mean? You could tell. The same guys, they don't shit on it. They don't shit on you for not liking Guilty Gear the way they used to, like with confidence. You know what I mean? All my Guilty Gear friends, I think that, I don't know, is the new one no good? I have no, like, knowledge. I have no knowledge about it. Was hopeful after the second beta, now only sadness. Huh. Well, I mean, I always hope everything is good, but I definitely don't think now is a good time for a new fighting game. That's for fucking sure. In fact, I think maybe that's what they were thinking when they delayed it, but maybe that's not true. Maybe they'll delay it again. If they're smart, you know. Oh yeah, rate, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you think about it. The older you get, the more you realize that everyone's a moron, including yourself. In the comments below. Don't forget to ring the notification bell, amigos. And subscribe. We put out videos every day. With that being said, let's get right into it.